Hello, this is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, May 5th, 2021. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly swing trade ideas video where we bring you stocks based on a variety of discretionary, technical, and quantitative criteria, all of which we're going to break down for you in just a moment. As always, these videos are sponsored by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. All of our long ideas are curated from their stock lists. That gives us an actionable, high-quality growth type of oriented list that we then scan for technical setups on. If you want to learn more about their stock list, you can get access with a link in the description of this video. So we're looking at six names today, and we're going to start things off with Apollo. So this is sort of a discretionary setup for me. So as I look through IBD's lists, as I look through our own TR150 watch list, I pull out some names that look interesting. APO was interesting to me, mostly on this weekly time frame. So it's a little bit of a chase here in the immediate term, but this has been consolidating up here at highs for quite a long time. Now, I know it's in a slightly lower beta sector. I know people don't get too excited about financial services, but it has put in a healthy base here over the past year. You can see basically this nice flat top resistance that this stock has been trading underneath, and over the course of this week and last week, we are now clearing over $54, and it is fresh all-time highs for this stock coming out of a very long-term sort of actionable base. So APO, longer term breakout in motion there. That one caught my eye. And I did want to talk about energy. Again, this move has sort of happened here over the past few days now, or really 2 weeks. So it has already lifted off of the lows here, but basically what we saw was this sort of immediate sort of down trend that was in place was broken last week. So it was basically Tuesday where we started to lift up, and then we saw the real volume kind of come in here. This was more so the first indication is when the heavier volume started to stack in here on Wednesday's follow-through session. And it wasn't until today where we actually really sort of closed over this resistance area here. So this was a small peak in February. This was a peak in highs in here as it was consolidating and pulling back in late March, early April, and now we are above it here. So XLE seems pretty free to sort of retest and get back up to these old March highs up here around $54. Of course, that's only, 2% away, but the long-term trend has certainly been favorable now to the upside. It's weird to say that. It's weird to say the long-term trend in energy is up. That's been basically not a statement we've been able to say in the past years. So we do now, though, I think looking back over the past year, if you consider long-term 1 year, then we do have that long-term trend is up. So I wouldn't forget about this, and I would, consider the fact that this could get back up here and then continue to run and make new highs. So XLE catching my attention there for a sector play. Now let's move into some of our technical stock scans. So these are scans we've built specifically on the Warden TC2000 platform. If you're a TC2000 user, you can go to our website, thetraderisk.com, and look up our TC2000 store. You can download all of these stock scans that we're going to run through. So the first one is FCX. This is Freeport McMoran. This name might be familiar because it was a candidate on last week's video. Now, I oftentimes do not like to repeat stocks, but I want to sort of illustrate the point here because last Wednesday, this stock, that's when we do our trade idea videos, and this stock showed up on our gap down recovery scan. So that was on this sort of innocent looking day here. We were obviously recording this intraday. So the stock we saw had gapped lower. It tried to test lower, and then it started to reverse and close near the highs here. So that's a bullish scan. That's an indication that there's underlying strength in this particular name. That's our gap down strength scan. And notice here that it didn't quite get the immediate follow through, but it did hold that day's lows. And here we are now breaking out to new highs. So this is just hitting our generic sort of 52-week highs or breakout scan on volume. We have a handful of momentum breakout scans, and it's basically hitting all of those today. So you had a bit of an early signal in here last week, and now you're getting more of a confirmation signal here. There's lots of ways to sort of, again, time your entry points. If you like confirmation, if you like being a little bit early, there's certainly lots of different ways to analyze price action and make decisions accordingly. So that's kind of the illustration. That's the 1-2 punch there. We had an early signal last Wednesday we talked about, and now we're getting that confirmation breakout. Again, if we go to a weekly chart here, this thing's pretty beautiful in terms of its long-term trend now since the lows here in March of 2020. Just a monster move here, and after 3 months of consolidation, we are now breaking out. Looks pretty actionable. So FCX, that's the first name. HSC, so here's number 2. This is hitting our weekly breakout scan. So, you know, we can run our scans basically on any time frame we want. Most often for these videos, I'm running them on the daily chart. But in this case, I looked at this on the weekly time frame, and this is just a classic sort of breakout scan. So this is our fresh breakout scan on a weekly basis. And so you can see kind of the illustration here of what this scan is looking at. We essentially have a very, very, very orderly, tight sideways range for about 5 months in HSC. And this week, now of course this week we're not done with this week, it's only Wednesday, so there's 2 more sessions left to this week. So if you like closing candles on a weekly basis, you still have to sit tight a little bit, but you're getting that breakout. You're getting the potential breakout here from a 6-month tight sideways consolidation. And there you have it here. It's early, it's up 15% this week, but obviously if this is going to continue in this direction, then this could easily run for the next multiple weeks or months. So HSC breakout scan on a weekly time frame. Last but not least, for the technical stuff, we've got LPRO. And this one here now is wrapped up in a consolidation. So this is our ultimate consolidation scan. It looks for stocks that are doing nothing, that are just moving sideways and consolidating, because we want to anticipate that potential breakout. So LPRO, you can see here, has gone nowhere over the past, again, about 4 months or so. So we can certainly draw the upper bounds here. We can mark the lower bounds here. That is the broader sort of channel, but more immediately even, you can see that we've actually got this sort of triangle, or this lower highs that are coming in and the slightly higher lows that are coming in. And you can see we're getting more to an apex kind of decision point within this range. So it's just coiling, it's fueling up, it's contracting in volatility. And this is just an interesting name to pay attention to. It's of course nowhere near right now, in my eyes, an actionable sort of breakout signal. So we gotta just keep it on our watch list and watch this one. But LPRO, that's our ultimate consolidation scan. Last but not least, I want to leave you with one signal, one stock that we put on today. So this comes from our trading system called Lamerick, and this is a shorter term swing trading system. It's NXPI. We purchased this morning. So 191, not too far from where price is currently trading. 191.09 I think was our exact entry for this stock. So full disclosure, we are long. We are looking for higher prices. We are not sticking around too long in this name. So it's just a short-term multi-day swing. Potentially even by the end of the week we'll be out of this. Early next week probably is a much higher probability in terms of when we'll be out of this stock. We're looking for a few percent to the upside, maybe more, and that's about it. So NXPI, we're long it, looking for higher prices, bought it this morning, and we'll see if we get that. That's our Lamerick trading system. More info on that trading system on our website as well. So that's what I got for this week's video. Which is your favorite? Any names stand out to you? Any names that you're watching? Any, you know, I always think it's cool. Sometimes I get an email where I hear that a trader has been watching or patiently watching a consolidation that we highlight. That's always cool to see the overlap in analysis. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you're looking at out there. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in. Every Wednesday, we do trade idea videos just like this. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us at the trade risk. Have yourself a great day. We'll see you back here on Friday.